Africa is full of potential, not just in the land, but in the people who choose to rise even when nothing around them looks easy. This is Mr. Sunday, a Nigerian man who started his business journey in 2016 as a student with just 2 acres of land and partly borrowed capital.
We established this farm around 2016. That was when I was in university.
Fast forward to today, he is managing over 150 acres of farmland, 100 acres filled with pineapples, and the rest are covered with cashew trees, yam, cassava, and many more. He also runs a growing honey business with over 200 beehives.
So I will advise youth not to wait for a white-collar job. There is a lot of opportunity in agriculture. Like this crop is very lucrative business because people are not really going into pineapple business.
This video is not just about business or farming. It is about showing you what is possible when you start with what you have and build it one step at a time. So today on the legacy level, we are telling his story and his journey so far.
You're welcome back to the channel. Today we are here at Pomology Farms here in Ogbomoso, Oyo State, Nigeria. Today we are right here in a farm to talk to a man who started his farm with little to nothing. I'm very sure that this video is not just going to inspire you but motivate you to start up something right here in Nigeria. Can you tell us your name?
My name is Mr. Olarewaju Olufemi Sunday. I'm the CEO of Pomology and Agribusiness Farm Nigeria Limited here in Odobon, Ogbomoso, Oyo State, Nigeria. We are into crop production, specifically fruit crops.
All right. So
that is meaning of pomology. Okay. Pomology is an aspect of horticulture that deals with fruit crop production. We are into fruit crops specifically. And then we develop farm for people, we set up, we manage farms for people. Then we are doing a lot of things. We are producing honey, we are into consultancy services. We established this farm around 2016, thereabouts. That was when I was in university.
Really?
So I was undergraduate at the time I established the farm. Okay. And then we actually started, not that we started very big like this. So we just started with just 2 acres. Even the first 2 acres that we bought that time is somebody that borrowed me that money that I used to buy the land that time.
Wow.
And as time goes on, we try to expand gradually. So that's how we come to this size.
How big is your farm?
We have the area that we have planted, we have covered with the pineapple is 100 acres. Okay. The land is more than 100 acres, but the area that's covered with pineapple alone is 100 acres. So we still have some land that we planted cassavas, we planted maize, and then we planted cashews, and we planted yam as well.
Oh wow.
So in some area. Some people call me Mr. Pomology, Mr. Pomology.
Okay.
So because they know that we are producing fruit, we basically on fruit.
Okay.
I'm into orange and mango.
Yeah, and cashew as well.
Yeah, and cashew as well.
The oranges, they are not here?
No, the oranges are not here. The soil here cannot pick the orange, so we have it in another side.
Oh, so you still have another site other than this?
Yes.
So when you started, did you start with pineapple or you were doing something else?
Yes, I started with pineapple. We do farm management, farm consultancy, and then we supply seedlings and suckers for farmers. So that is how we started.
All right.
We started with pineapple, smooth cayenne species.
Smooth cayenne, yes. Okay. Those sweet ones? Those
ones are normally big for juice industry.
Okay.
Because it contains a very high quantity of water inside. Because pineapple are not the same. Pineapple are different. We have different type of pineapple. So then we have some pineapple that we normally use it for chips. Those ones contain a very low water content.
Okay.
So after peeling it, we set it on dryer machine. We use sugar loaf and MD2 species for those ones. But for juice industries and some other things, then we use smooth cayenne. And smooth cayenne is more better here than other products.
Okay. Okay, it sells faster?
Yes.
Oh wow. It's just like harvest and sell to companies?
Yes, I just produce it here and sell to the companies. I have some different company that normally comes here to buy. Like yesterday, we have some that came from Ogun State.
So for you to have over 100 acres, you guys, like, you need to see what I'm saying here. This farm is like, we drove for a very long distance before we got here. Like, and the farm is still like big. Probably I'm not even going to be able to walk around this farm. So for you to have over 100 acres where you planted pineapples, like, how lucrative is it? Like, is it that lucrative?
Yes, pineapple business is very, very lucrative.
Okay.
Because as we were coming, there's nobody planting it.
Yeah.
It is very scarce. People are not venturing into it because to start, it involves a very large capital. Just for instance, to establish 1 acre, okay, these days you will spend about 2 million naira.
Okay, just for 1 acre.
Just for 1 acre. But after you have first we are going to plant about 20,000 pineapple suckers on 1 acre of land. So when you produce fruit of 20,000, at least just sell each one with 1,000 naira. When you calculate it, then you deduct 2 million naira that you spend on 1 acre. You see that it is very lucrative. One supposed to have about 8 million profits.
Okay,
yes.
After removing
the 2 million naira you spent on 1 acre.
1 acre.
Because when you planted 20,000 on a particular 1 acre, you will not expect the whole 20,000 to produce at least at a time. At least, but if come to worst scenario, then you have to get about 15,000 fruits out of the 20,000 that you planted. And if, at the time you have first 15,000 fruits and you sell it at a rate of 1,000 naira to 800 naira per each of the fruits, at least then you deduct the expenses. But with this situation of listen, you have to spend about 2 million naira on 1 acre before it can be ready.
Oh wow! Among all the things that you do, which one do you think is more profitable?
Well, with my experience in this field, pineapple is the best.
Oh wow!
Yes, that's why I have it in very large.
Okay.
Pineapple is the best.
Oh wow! I can see why you're doing it like the way you're doing it.
Because cassava, once you harvest cassava, it is just once.
Okay.
Though not like pineapple. When you harvest pineapple, it's going to reproduce. Then on that, come and check this one. Look at this one. If you look at it, we have already harvested fruits here. We harvested fruits here. This one, these are the suckers. These are the suckers. These two, they are the suckers. They are good planting materials. Okay. Then you just remove one. Then you leave this one to reproduce on this same spot.
Oh wow!
This one will reproduce. This one will bring out fruits, another fruits.
Okay, the same thing with this one too.
The same thing with this one and this. You can see this one too.
Okay.
Produce two suckers. Then you remove one. So this one that you remove, you can go and plant it somewhere else again.
Okay.
That's how we do it.
Okay, but for cassava, it's not like that.
But cassava is not like that.
Oh wow!
Once you have harvested cassava, that's just the end.
So for how long have you been doing this? Have you been into farming?
And this is it's now 20 years now.
And you have a lot of cashew trees here. Are they yours?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
We met some of them
here on the farm.
Here on the farm where we bought the land. Then we also planted some.
Wow. Do you know how many there are? How many cashew trees?
The cashew trees, well, I don't count them. But at least the cashew trees in this environment is more than 1,000 stand.
Oh wow! How long does it take before you start harvesting the pineapples?
Naturally, it will start. It's after 18 months.
18 months.
18 months after planting, you start harvesting pineapple.
Okay, that's 1 year plus.
Yes, 1
Are you
year,
serious?
1.5 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So after I'm harvesting, like, how many times will each of this produce?
After the first harvesting, and the plant will wait for about 8 months again. Apply induction chemical. There was a chemical that we used to stimulate the plants, so for uniform flowering. So after 8 months, the plant will reproduce. So then it will start. After application of the induction chemical, we have to wait for another 5 months. So 5 plus 8 months, that's about 13 months again. But it can stay for like 5 years more.
Really?
Yes, and it will continue to produce. Yes.
Oh wow.
It can even be there for the next 20 years. Just that the production will reduce.
Okay. So this one's now, for how long has it been producing?
Yeah, this one has started producing since about 3 years ago.
Wow.
Yes.
And it's still producing these big.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, these are the flowers.
Yes, everything.
Then from here the pineapples will.
This is what we develop.
Okay.
Vested already. This side already.
Okay, they've harvested all these ones.
Yes.
Wow.
But this area is newly flower.
So these are the yam.
Yes.
Okay. So this one now, like when are you likely to harvest them?
At least this one we start harvesting by August, September this year. So it's within 8 months, 9 months
from planting.
For planting. So yam is ready for harvesting.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Oh, wow. And this soil is very fertile.
Yes, it's very good for the yam.
Is there any particular kind of soil? Because I know that
for yam.
Yeah, for yam.
Yes, yam does not grow well in a water-lodged area.
Okay.
That's why where the water is settled down.
Okay.
So we don't plant yam there.
Okay.
Then the good soil for yam is sandy soil.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I was going to say
sandy
that.
soil, yes.
Oh wow. Oh, wow.
Or sand loamy soil.
Okay. And then the hips have to be this.
Yes, this is how we make the hips.
Okay. Any particular reason for that?
It's just to yam is tuber crops, so it has to go down deep.
Very well.
Very well. So to make it very big.
Okay.
When you want to harvest.
Oh wow. So how old are these ones?
This one is about 3 months now.
All right.
Yes.
All right, because I've gotten quite a lot of questions about yam. So someone that wants to go into yam, become a yam farmer, right?
Okay.
When is the right time to plant yam?
It depends. Some people plant it by November, December, January.
Okay.
Then there is another one you can plant in February or March. So you can plant yam.
So what kind of yam is this? Because I know there are different kinds of yam.
Yeah, this one is water yam.
Okay, water yam.
Yes.
Okay. What actually inspired you to start when you started?
I actually have interest in pineapple plants. Before I started, I work in a company where they are producing pineapple.
Okay.
That's a farmland agric.
Okay.
So that is where I got most of the experience that I'm using to establish myself after my university time.
Okay.
But I started before I graduated.
Before you graduated?
Yes.
Oh, wow. What did you study in school, sir?
I studied crop production and soil science.
All right. Yes. Okay, because I was wondering what could have motivated you as a student to plant,
I studied crop production and soil science.
All right.
Agric science.
All right. So how was it like? Did you ever envision or imagine that it was going to be like this in the future one day?
Well,
yeah.
I don't plan for it.
Okay.
I don't know that I will be somebody that will become a man of myself.
Okay.
Because all what I have been thinking is to graduate and we find somewhere to work under somebody. But with the glory of God.
That's very, very interesting and inspiring. You like having the courage to even go and borrow money, and were you not scared?
No, because I actually believe that by God's grace, this is what I know about.
Okay.
And I create time for it.
Okay.
So probably I know that I'm going to end it well. Actually, there is a lot of challenges.
All right.
At a starting point.
Okay.
When you start, even if you fail sometimes, you just have to continue again. You don't have to relent. So we face some at a starting point, but today, at least everything is balanced.
All right. So what can you tell us that it's like one of those most difficult times when you were starting? Like, do you still remember that?
Yes.
All right.
One of the most difficult times is when the fire enter into our farm.
Oh wow.
So at least we lose more than half of the farm.
Really?
Yeah. Another challenges we are facing is there is no labor to work for us at times. So then the cost of inputs is so high, especially these days. Then marketing, all of us we target the just single market. If we don't have it in large quantity, the fruit the company, they will not come and carry, because those people you have to produce in large quantity before they can before they can come to your farm and carry the fruit.
Okay, to plant in 1 acre, that's over 20,000
yes.
pineapples,
with this commercial planting system that we are using, double row system. So that's about 50 centimeter by 50 centimeter by 90 centimeter. So what we mean by that is from this plant to this plant is 50 centimeter.
All right.
Then the furrow is 90 centimeter. Then you take another line from this place to this place is 50 centimeter. From this place to this place 50 centimeter.
All right.
Double row system. That is how we plant it. Commercial system or commercial planting system. That is how we do it.
All right.
Yes. In the morning, they will not have much strength, so but this time afternoon, they used to be violent. You can see some of them coming out from the bus. So they know that those ones know that there is something around. So once you move closer to them, those one will alert the one inside. That's
someone is there.
Problem.
All of them will come out.
So that all of them now come out. But once you don't have anything to do there, they will not come out. If you want to open it, you have to put on your BL garment.
So you guys, I'm keeping my distance because of that, right? So you also produce honey?
Yes, we are producing pure honey.
Pure honey?
Very pure one.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Wow, that's beautiful. So we have a lot of beehives here?
Yes, we have more than 200 hives.
Wow.
Yes.
You guys, that's a lot. Like I've been seeing beehives like since we have been driving through this farm. So I decided to come and kind of capture this one for you guys to see. But I don't want to go close because of the bees there. Yeah, I don't want it to sting me. Yeah, because they're actually coming out, really.
Yeah.
We just finished seeing some of your beehives. So do you still think that pineapples, like producing pineapples, is still more lucrative than like honey production?
That's one of honey production. You don't feed honey. Yes, you don't feed them. But what you gain at times, once you have boss, that is beehives. Then you have what we call a honey presser that you used to produce to press our honey, harvested honey. So once you have all those things, you don't have anything to spend again on bees hive. But not like pineapple. Pineapple, you have to apply fertilizer. You have to weed. You have to maintain it and everything. So, but actually, in pineapple business is still better because you gain little from honey production, while you are gaining much money from pineapple.
Oh wow!
There is a lot of profit in pineapple business.
All right. But you actually harvest once in a year. Is that it?
Yes. Once in a year.
That means it is seasonal. So at which time is the season?
We produce every month. We don't have off season.
All right.
Because of induction that we are using. That method of induction is that as we have a large farm, like this, so we can decide to induce one area this week. So we give it like 4 weeks more. We induce another batch. Sorry, what do you mean by induce? A certain chemical that we apply into pineapple plants. After when the pineapple grow to this size, so they are ready for induction. They are ready to carry baby. So we put that chemical in order to stimulate it. We enforce it to flower by force. Not that we will be waiting for the natural flower to come out. That is what we mean by induction. We are synchronize the plants to have a uniform flowering.
Okay. All right, now I understand. So that means at any point or at any time
Even
that
during the dry season, during the off season, we are producing fruits on this farm.
Okay.
Yes, because we know how to program ourselves so that we have it all year round.
All right. So just to clarify, some people that might be wondering, how safe is the induction? Is it safe?
No, it is very safe.
Very safe.
It's just to stimulate plants.
Okay.
Stimulate the plant hormone.
All right.
So to have a uniform flower, it doesn't have any effects.
Okay.
No, but actually, some people use one artificial method of using calcium carbide to produce it. No, we don't use it on this farm.
All right.
Yes, we don't use it.
Okay.
But even those ones, once you taste the fruit, you will perceive it. It will sour. It will not sweet.
Okay.
Yes, but all this one, when you take the fruit, you will see that they are very sweet and doesn't have. You can take it to lab and test.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh wow. That's quite an assurance, you guys. Because I know a lot of them watching this video might be interested in going into pineapple production. Can you just take us through over from planting to harvesting? How does that happen?
Thank you.
Yeah.
If you want to go into pineapple business, there's one we call soil testing. You first of all test your soil. If soil is productive, it doesn't grow well in waterlogged area. So once you have a sand loamy soil like this, so you invite your tractor, you carry out a first plow, second plow at 2 weeks interval. After land preparation, then you get your planting materials from reputable farms. So the planting material we are talking about is suckers. You do calibration of your farm, you do farm layouts where the truck can come inside the farm, create road network inside your farm. After that one, you carried out your planting process with this distance of double row system. So 50 centimeter by 50 centimeter by 90 centimeter. A month after planting, so the weed will start coming out. So you can spray herbicide to control weed. Then 2 months after planting, you apply fertilizer, urea fertilizer specifically.
Okay.
How do you apply fertilizer? Top dressing method. At the base of the plant, you apply it very close to the plant, to the soil. You doesn't allow fertilizer to enter into the pineapple leaf because fertilizer it will burn the leaf. Yes.
Okay.
So you make sure that the fertilizer is on the ground, not on the plant. So after fertilizer application, 10 months, once the plant grow to this size, you apply that induction method that we talk about. How do you apply the induction method? You get that chemical, you mix it with fertilizer, so 200 ml per 16 liters of water. Then fertilizer, that urea fertilizer, 200 grams of urea fertilizer. Then you mix it together into 16 liters of water. Then you apply it inside the pineapple plants.
All right, like inside here, you guys. All right.
So 5 weeks later, you go and check whether the application of induction whether the plant has started.
There are signs of okay.
So 5 weeks after, they will start fruiting. From the day of application to harvesting is going to take 5 months. Then there is what we call castration as well. That castration, let me see one plant that has fruited.
I can use it.
If you see this one, this is flower.
All right.
So it is what we mean by calibration is, castration is you just remove the central nodes of the flower like this.
Okay.
So you have already terminated the nutrients to go up into the crown.
Okay.
So this one will continue to big.
Okay.
So why the crown will reduce the crown size.
Okay.
So the nutrients will no longer go into the crown. So this one will continue to continue to big. Yes.
To be big.
Yes.
Okay, that means you remove this so that this will be able to get
this one
enough
will be able
nutrients.
to get, yes.
All right. Okay.
And if there is rainfall, the water will easily drop inside here. so that the next 3 days, this flower will continue to take water.
Okay.
Some certain amount of water will drop here.
Okay.
Flower will absorb the water. Even some people will say, this is not how we planted pineapple, this is not overcrowd.
Okay.
But by the time the plants started producing, it was like, wow. So this thing really do well. They used to tap from our experience as well.
What advice can you probably give to the youths out there?
Advice for youth nowadays to venture into agriculture. Agriculture is a very lucrative business. You don't have to wait till the time you have enough money. You can start very small. You can start from 1 acre. Even if it is not pineapple that will cost millions of naira to start. You can plant cassava that you spend very little amount of money. So I will advise youth not to wait for a white-collar job. There is a lot of opportunity in agriculture.
You said that there are some other ones that you can start with little capital, like maize and corn.
Yeah.
Like how much do you think that one can possibly use to venture into that?
Sometimes it depends on the environment that you want to start your business. Yes. My environment here, at least if you want to cultivate 1 acre, at least once you have like 100,000 naira, you are good. You can maintain it yourself for a start.
What about cashew? Yeah, so what do you do with them?
During the season, we used to pick them. We raise some of the seed for planting because some people used to come and buy the seedlings of cashew. The pineapple we have on the farm is over 1 million stand.
I can see that the pineapple, like the way you keep on talking about the pineapple, like it's so dear to your heart.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's our major business here.
What advice do you have for people that wants to go into pineapple productions? What do you think they can do differently to help them succeed in the business?
I will advise that person to first of all get in touch with someone that have the idea to put them through. Even if you study agric in school, you still have to meet people on the farm who will put you through practical experience.
Do you think there are markets for this?
Yes, there is a lot of market opportunity for this. Yes. Once you have it in very large quantity, those food companies, you can get in touch with them. They will come and buy. Then, even if you go to take it to the normal market, you will still sell it.
All right.
So people are looking for pineapple fruits. Yes, they are very low because it is very scarce, especially in this Nigeria, because people are not really going into pineapple business.
All right.
And if anybody want to sell, you can even send to us. I can help the person to market.
So market.
Yes, there's a lot of people that want to buy it.
That means you're not even meeting up your demand.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Presently, we are not at all.
Yeah. Do you think there are opportunities in Nigeria?
Yes, there is a lot of opportunity in Nigeria. Our land is good for everything, especially for crops. Look at this area we have. I've not even put any fertilizer into this area. So there's a lot of opportunity in Nigeria, particularly in this agriculture. So
do you have plans to export in the future? Or are you exporting already?
That is why we don't put fertilizer into some of our plants.
Okay.
We supplied some people that used to export our products. So any plant that I'm going to export, we don't have to apply any it's organic product.
Is there any reason for that?
That is their demand.
Okay.
That is their demand.
All right.
It's natural. It must be. We don't use herbicide to weed. We weed manual.
Okay.
So then we don't use induction chemical. We produce it natural.
All right. So when you do organic production, is it usually more expensive?
It is more expensive because we don't use anything to produce it.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't.
Like it takes longer period.
It takes longer period.
Is there any disease that affects these pineapples?
Well, in terms of disease, we don't experience much issue about pineapple. There is one disease that's used to disturb. That's what we call mealybug. That mealybug, they used to lay egg at the bottom of the fruit like this. They will lay egg. They will hide themselves under the fruits. Okay. So after some period of time, like 2 months, they will hatch that egg. They become plenty, but it will not affect the taste or the quality of the fruit. It won't affect it. Then they used to absorb nutrients from the plant as well. They will just be there and continue taking the nutrients from the plant. That is a mealybugs affect papaya too, but it doesn't have much effect on fruit.
Okay.
But it only have effect on plants.
Plants.
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay. So is there a way that it can be prevented or cured?
Yes. Supposing that you want to take the suckers from this farm to another farm, like as we are loading that suckers now, before you plant it, you have to disinfect your suckers.
Okay.
So once you disinfect your suckers, or you expose the suckers into the sun for like 3 days.
Okay.
So all those mealybugs will die, or you disinfect it.
You talked about bush burning the other time, that how it affects. Is there a way that it can be prevented? Because losing over thousands of this is not a joke.
Well, the only method that we can prevent fire outbreak is just to have to carry out fire tracing, what we call fire tracing. You weed like 6 meters across the boundary area, so that if there is fire outbreak from the other farmers, then it will not enter to your farm. We always experience that one during the dry season. So this rainy season, we don't have any issue of a fire outbreak.
He actually started everything that he owns today here in Nigeria.
Yes,
as a student.
yes.
Yeah. So how much did you start with then?
In fact, during that time, I don't think I have 300,000 naira, because I could remember even the 2 acres that I said that I bought during that time. I just paid for 1 acre at that time. And at that time, they gave me the grace to pay back the remaining 1 acre. So after some months, I paid them for the remaining 1 acre. That one, they are selling land for 150,000 naira. Today, if you want to buy land, it's about 600,000, 800,000.
Guys, thank you very much for having us today in your farm. I hope this video inspires you. If you are a Nigerian or an African watching this video from wherever you are watching from, to come back to Nigeria and to Africa and invest. Thank you very much. I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and share this video, and of course leave a nice comments. We'll see you all in the next one. Bye.